The dress she never won. This is an emotional drama, romance, loss and healing. Love lost, the weight of grief, and the quiet courage to move forward. The dress still hung by the window, delicate silk, ivory white. The train fell like a waterfall, pondling softly on the polished wooden floor, beads sewn by hand cymbals in the fading sunlight like teardrops frozen in time. It was a dress she never wore, and every morning Nkem sat across from it, a cup of tea in her trembling hands, and staring at it for exactly 15 minutes. Not a second more, not a second less. That was how long it took for the pain to subside, even though for her to stand up, pour the tea down the sink, and go on pretending she was whole. The dress had arrived 2 weeks before the wedding. It was custom made in France, shipped overnight with a handwritten note. For the most beautiful bride, I love you to the edge of forever, Kene. But Kene never made it to forever. He died 3 days before their wedding, a hit and run on a rainy night, his blood washed away by the storm, his ring boss found crushed in his coat pocket. She was 29, he was 31, and the future they had built collapsed in a moment, like a castle made of wind. The days after his death passed like a bad dream, slow, disjointed, too painful to be real but too vivid to ignore. People came, they wept, hugged, gave her food she didn't eat, advice she didn't ask for. Some said, time heals. Others said, God knows the best. A few whispered, at least you weren't married yet. As if that lessened the grief, as if a wedding band was the only proof of love. But the silence after the burial was the worst part. No more footsteps, no more how are you holding up, just her and the dress. She couldn't throw it away, she couldn't pack it up. It felt like betrayal either way. So she left it there by the window, a monument, a wound that refused to scar. They met 5 years earlier at a bookshop in Yaba. She was reading The Alchemist. He was searching for 1984. Their hands brushed. He smiled. She blushed. The rest, as they say, was destiny. Kenneth was soft spoken, thoughtful. He had the kind of eyes that looked at you like he was already writing the poetry in his head. An architect by profession, but a romantic by nature. He believed in quiet mornings, Sunday pancakes, and handwritten letters. Nkem was his opposite. Blunt, ambitious, a corporate strategist who saw life as a chess game. But Kene softened her, brought warmth to her edges. He taught her how to slow down. She taught him how to dream big. They made plans, bought lands in Lekki, chose baby names. He wanted 4 kids. She said two was enough. He compromised at three. They fought too, over burnt rice, over money, over his obsession with jazz, but they always found their way back until death gave them no path at all. One rainy Thursday, almost a year after the accident, someone knocked on her door. She wasn't expecting anyone. She didn't want anyone, but something, call it curiosity or intuition, made her open it. There stood a young woman, late twenties, nervous, clutching a letter. Are you Nkem? She asked. Yes, I am Ada. I knew Kene. She stiffened. Ada continued. He tutored my little brother in secondary school years ago. He changed his life, got him into university. My family never forgot. He once gave me this letter, told me to deliver it if anything ever happened to him. He handed it over. Ken didn't say thank you. didn't even breathe. He just took the envelope, closed the door, and stared at it for 10 minutes before tearing it open. My dearest Nkem, if you are reading this, something has gone wrong, and I am sorry, not just for leaving, but for all the tomorrow we lost. But I want you to know something. Loving you was the greatest joy of my life. You are brilliant, fierce, beautiful in ways that can't be captured in photos. You made me a better man. Nkem, you taught me how to love without fear. If grief ever makes you feel alone, please remember you were loved so deeply, so completely. And though I won't be there to say I do, I already did in every word, every touch, every breath I took beside you. Live boldly, laugh often, and one day, if your heart ever dares to love again, don't feel guilty. I'll be smiling, yours, even in death. Kene. She didn't cry when she finished the letter. She didn't break down. She simply walked to the window, looked at the dress, and said aloud for the first time, I forgive you for dying. It was absurd, unfair. He hadn't chosen death, but a part of her had held him responsible for living, for shattering the life they built. That day, something shifted gently. He opened the window, let fresh air in, washed the dishes, and for the first time in months, she called her sister back. Healing didn't come like a thunderclap, it came in drops, slow, even, incomplete, but it came. A year and 6 months after the accident, Nkem packed the dress inside the box, not to throw it away, not to forget, but to finally let it rest. She donated it to a charity for young brides who couldn't afford wedding gowns, wrote a short note. This dress was meant for a day that never came. Please bring joy to someone else's forever. She cried while sealing the box, but this time the tears were soft, cleansing. His name was Tunde. She met him at a grief counseling group in Surulere. He had lost his wife in childbirth. They didn't flirt, they didn't rush, just talked. Every Tuesday for 8 months he was kind, patient, cared in the same way she was. They shared silence, and slowly those silence became a laughter. It wasn't love, not at first. It was companionship, recognition, two wounded people learning how to stand again. But love came later, quiet, shy, humble. And one day Tunde asked her, will you let yourself be happy again? She said yes, not because she has forgotten Kene, but because she knew Kene would have wanted her to say yes. She wore a navy blue dress this time. No train, no veil, just soft coils in her hair and a single silver pendant resting over her heart, the last gift Kene ever gave her. At the simple court wedding, she whispered to the wind, thank you for loving me first. No ghosts, no guilt, just peace. Because sometimes love doesn't end, it just changes form. And the people we lost never truly leave us. They live in our laughter, our courage, and our second chance.